So recently there was an issue with the SDA. I mean, that is the whole concept for your questioning. Yes. So we invited the school inspectorate, that authority, on these issues and see how best we'll be able to, as it were, crack the whips and be able to instill discipline in the schools. Another concern came in with the buses that are used by the schools to convey students from home to and fro school. And we realized that there were some frequent accidents occurring and injuries occurring to these children. So we have tasked them to make sure that they do the needful and make sure that we are able to sanitize the education system and able to help. So last week we met and they are meeting with the conference of head teachers and we'll be able to see how best we can, as it were, bring out some additional code of conduct for our students and they'll be able to be rigorous when it comes to searching them and making sure that they are not bringing to school unapproved equipments and guns and all these things we saw. With regards to the affected lady, I made my foundation go there to provide them with support. The foundation is more health inclined. I have doctors, I have nurses and all that. So I decided that let them go and then see how best they can offer some support to them and equally work with the Confanochi to see how best we'll be able to support them. I spoke with the CEO, they have been there. We've realized that we will need to get additional funding to be supporting Confanochi, give them the best of care, which we have provided some. We are calling additional support from volunteers to support in that regard. We also realize that there is a key need for psychological support, not only for her, but also for the family as well, which we have worked with Confanochi to institute a team that will be frequent and be helping the family alongside. Hopefully, we are seeking for the best of healthcare from Confanochi for the affected victim. The culprit, I mean, the law is taking its course, so I would not want to speak more into that. But the investigations are ongoing, and we trust the police and the CID to do a good job to that. Thank you very much. So, Ashanti Festival covers all the sectors of our economy, and we want to showcase what we've got as a region to be able to, as it were, draw attention to and all the needed support in developing same. So the first day we focused on sanitation and sports. The second day we focused on fashion and the fashion industry. Today we focus on education, science and technology. So we put together our students all the way from basic school to the senior high school. So the basic schools, they are engaging in reading competition, spelling bee. The senior high schools will do a debate. Then the science and technology aspect would be a fair at the compound of the Prempeh Assembly Hall. This is to be able to appreciate the talent we have in the region and also know the innovations that our students are bringing on board so that we can link them to the right institutions to be able to support them. We have a University for Science and Technology here. So this will give us an opportunity to see what our senior high school students got. Then we will be able to link them to the various departments over there and also follow through with their development because there are many at times they will be able to develop all these, but no one follows through to see how they become or what becomes of them after they complete senior high school. So the whole motive with the education section is to be able to bring out all these, as I have mentioned. We equally do health on Thursday. We do culture, on Tuesday, then health on Thursday. Then the Friday we'll do an excursion to Bosomche. And on Saturday we'll do the craft, the Arania Festival, and also the Kenti Festival at Bumre. So Ashanti Festival, we are targeting all the sectors to see how best we will be able to bring out what we've got as a region so far as the sectors are concerned.
Okay, so highlighting on education, what would this project brings the best when it comes to education agenda?
Okay, so with this competition, what we're doing is that we adopt some of the students and then give them scholarships. Those who, I mean, come out very well in this whole competition, we give them scholarships with that regard. We also set up more of a competition, which will be a year-long one, moving into the 2026 Ashanti Festival, so that we'll be able to be supporting them whilst even the year goes by. Again, when I went to Lake Bosomche, there was this young boy who narrated the history and some cultural significance of Lake Bosumchi. He made only two requests for exercise books and pens. In that regard, we've been able to print a lot of exercise books branded Ashanti Festival. So we will let them have some, but not only them. We want all students in the region to have support from those exercise books, which we make available to them. Again, during the recent rainstorm, some of the schools were affected badly by the rainstorm. We've also been able to mobilize some support, roofing sheets, building materials, cement, among others, that we are supporting. We started the distribution today. These schools so that they can resume teaching and learning activities. Again, His Excellency the President wishes to complete almost all the, as it were, uncompleted school facilities within the region. So with this project, all we did was to invite the Get Fund administrator who will be here in the course of the week. So we've made a tall list of all the uncompleted Get Fund projects, which we seeking on his indulgence to, instead of initiating new projects, see how best we can add some little funds to what is already there to completing them so that they can be used by these students. Again, we're also looking at how best we'll be able to support them with some IT, computer, laptops, among others, to be able to support them. Ultimately, we want to interconnect the sectors, such that the creatives, the education, health, among others, we'll be able to get them to support each other. One of the key recommendations that came from the committee I set up on the creatives is that they want to integrate with the senior high school, so that during their entertainments, they will be able to see some of the Commonwealth stars, some of our known artists, so that we can support them to perform at that level, so that we inculcate the habit of patronizing local content, even in the students while they are the second cycle institutions, among others. So these are the things we want to bring on board to integrate our sectors very well, so that we can grow the local economy in Ashanti region.
So far, what's your impression so far?
So far, so good. I think that we just had a little over 1 month to plan this activity. I mentioned that this whole idea came up after the Independence Day celebration cleanup exercise. The young people approached and they made a complaint that they did not get anything that rallied them around to be able to support the region. We put together this activity, 25 of them. Today marks the seventh program, and they've all been successful. The cleanup exercise was massive. The football competition, you all witnessed it. The boxing, top. And yesterday's fashion night, you will see the pictures and all the participation and performance from the various sectors. We are happy that today's program is also going on so well. Tomorrow is for Cultural Day at the Cultural Center, and we are hoping that with your support and contribution, we should be able to let Ashanti Fest stay, because they say Ashanti Fest 2025. Yes, we DNA. That is the slogan for Ashanti Fest 2025. Yes, we DNA. Until yes, we DNA, then we have to make every conscious effort in making sure that it comes to stay to support the local economy and to support the region.
Honorable, let's look at indiscipline in schools. We want you to highlight some of them.
Yeah, all appointees are representatives of the president. It is the prerogative of the president to make such appointments. So we cannot force the president as to who he should appoint or who he should not appoint. So when the issue happened, we had to engage with the key stakeholders who were involved. And I remember clearly that we invited all the leaders at Asawasi to hold a conference and a meeting with them and let them know that you cannot take the laws into your own hands and do things and expect that you have a cover or a shield from us as leaders. No, because any riot whatsoever goes definitely and directly at the president. The president will make the appointments, and we would work with the appointments that the president makes. No one will be allowed to force our hands to choose someone else for the president. The president will make the appointment. We are expecting it soon. And we want to call on everyone that anyone who does not get the opportunity to serve as GCA, there are other opportunities that are available for them to serve government. If it is only about service, and I mean, service to Madagana goes beyond just being a DCE or an MCE or a mayor. So definitely when the names come, we only call for calm and call for support for whoever the president needs, so that we'll be able to, as it were, move the country forward. Yes, precisely with Kumawu and Mampong, there were a lot of tribal incitements among others. Very regrettable, very regrettable. And I have received some apologies from these two constituencies. There were areas where the traditional leaders had to come in and all that. I mean, we can do our politics devoid of tribal and ethnic sentiments. You can always make a case for whichever candidate you want to support without having to drive in very toxic tribal sentiments. So it is very regrettable, and I'm very sure that moving forward, we are not expecting anyone to have any discussion concerning MC nomination on the issue of tribal lines. You can make a case for the hard work of your candidates whatsoever, but to move into these destructive, as it were, commentary and sentiments is something that may derail our democracy. We have advised the various camps, and we are hoping that when the president finally makes the call, everyone will rally around them, support them, so that we can all build the Ghana we want. District assemblies, no, I have not had any report of same. It is party offices that have been vandalized. Okay, I have put the security on red alert, and I've told each and everyone, whoever is a party member, that don't go and misbehave and shield or hide behind any party colors. And I've also picked information that others are mobilizing to support aggrieved candidates. Some people want to cry more than they believed, and just clad themselves in party paraphernalia and go out there and behave as though they are aggrieved party supporters who are misbehaving. Crime knows no color. If you want to take the laws into your own hands, you make sure that you crack the whip and make sure that you prosecute sin. Those who actually vandalized properties among others, not like we have left it as such. Others have been to the police station, they've taken their statements, among others. So it is not as though you have vandalized and we have come to talk to you and that is the end of it. No, you have committed a crime and we make sure we pursue same. So that should be a benchmark for anyone who has in mind that when the names come, they would want to go out there and then misbehave. That when you are found at the wrong side of the law, definitely don't come to our offices begging. Because if you do that, you are disgracing the president, you are disgracing the party, and you are disgracing Madagana and our democracy. And we are not going to be tolerant when it comes to this issue. Thank you very much.